Welcome in, everybody. This is game number 2 of our doubleheader. Lady Cougars winning game number 1, 2-0 over Mount Vernon Naz. Pitching here in game number 2 is Caitlin Augsburger. Caitlin enters with a 4.01 ERA, a 4-4 record on the season. In 57.2 innings pitched, she's given up 58 hits, 40 runs, 33 of those earned, 39 walks, 46 strikeouts, and opposing hitters are batting .264 against Caitlin. The opponent's .264 batting average is best for the University of St. Francis. Caitlin is a freshman from Bern, Indiana, where she pitched at South Adams High School. Leading it off for Mount Vernon Naz will be Maddie Johnston, Sam Collier, then Jen Kurlick. Kurlick's actually getting the start here in game number 2 in the circle for Mount Vernon Naz. Huge win for the Lady Cougars there in game number 1. The win snaps a 3-game losing streak. So Lady Cougars now are 4-3 in their last 7 games as the first pitch. Catches the outside corner for strike number 1. Augsburger once again, 46 strikeouts to just 39 walks. 1-1's your count. Another pitch right down the pipe. 1-2's your count to Maddie Johnston, the center fielder. Maddie started game number 1 and batted leadoff for MVNU. Swing and a miss. Augsburger picks up her first strikeout of the game and her first batter faced. 1 out, that brings up Sam Collier, the right fielder. Collier was 0 for 3 with a walk in game number 1. It's that first pitch low in the zone for strike number 1. We're evened up at 1 apiece. Collier, a freshman from Carroll, Ohio, Fairfield Christian Academy. Augsburger just misses on the outside. 2-1, now your count. Here in Fort Wayne, Indiana, Westendorf Field, swing and a miss. We're evened up at 2 apiece. Temperature nearly hitting 60 degrees today. Far cry from earlier in the week when we were happy to get into the 30s. We had snow on Wednesday, Tuesday, and Monday. 2-2's your count. Full count now after that pitch misses outside. Last pitch missed upstairs, so with 1 out, Collier takes first base. That brings up Jen Kurlick, the pitcher. Kurlick was 1 for 4 with a run scored and a strikeout in game number 1. Takes that first pitch for a strike. Kurlick was the designated player in game number 1. Anna Bowie was the pitcher. That one's fouled off, down in this count 0-2. Augsburger's last time out was on 4-11 at Bethel. She had a 6.46 ERA in that game. 5 hits in 17 at-bats, 5 runs, 4 of those earned, 4 walks, and 4 strikeouts. This count is now 2-2 to Jen Kurlick. The lefty. That one off the handle. Lazy fly picked up by Ferrer for out number 2. 2 gone for the cleanup hitter, Ashley Adams. Adams in game number 1 was 1 for 3 with a walk and a strikeout. Takes that first pitch for ball 1. Adams, your second baseman, with the big swing and a miss. Adams is from Cardington, Ohio. Cardington High School, the freshman, stands 5'5". 2-1 now your count. Again, folks, we're on Facebook and on the University of St. Francis YouTube channel. Three and 1 the count with 2 outs. Runner at first. That ball, another one off the handle. Ferrer underneath it for out number 3. So 0 hits for MVNU there in the top of the first. We head to the bottom of the first. Scoreless here at Westendorf Field.
Grandpa taught me years ago, do business with people you know and who know you. That's why I joined Fort Financial Credit Union. Their staff knows I'm busy at college. They set me up with a checking account, a debit card, and an auto loan. With the Fort's mobile app, I can check balances, transfer money, and make my car payment. My grandparents loved doing business with the Fort, and I do too. My future, my family, my Fort.
Welcome to the University of St. Francis, located in the heart of Fort Wayne, Indiana, where the Cougar basketball programs have won 2 national championships and finished runner-up twice since 2010. And the Cougar football program is fresh off a 2016 national championship. USF is a 3-time gold-level Champions of Character institution, one of only 12 NAIA schools to earn that distinction. The University of St. Francis provides you the opportunity to get a great education while competing for championship.
Welcome back, everyone, to Westendorf Field. Here in the bottom of the first inning, leading off for St. Francis will be Brianna Pryor. She was 1 for 3 with a run scored, a RBI, a walk. She had the game-winning RBI single that scored Ashley Morrow in game number 1. Brianna Pryor, who's the all-time leader for the Cougars in stolen bases. Now with 74, entering today with 72. That ball's ripped into left field, and it's caught for out number 1. Good piece of hitting. Catching it on the run was the left fielder, the flex player, Natalie Carpenter. So with 1 out, your batter is number 27, Lizzie Meyer. Meyer 1 for 3 in game number 1. Takes that first pitch for ball 1, high and outside. The 1-0 from Kurlick. Kurlick, the lefty pitcher from Lewis Center, Ohio. Olentangy Orange High School. Off the handle, that's going to go foul. 1-2, now your count. With 1 out. Looking at the Crossroads League statistics, Buckley from Indiana Wesleyan leads the Crossroads League with 23 stolen bases. Pryor right behind her with 22. Count will remain at 1-2 to Lizzie Meyer. Meyer right to the first baseman for out number 2. That's a unassisted play for first baseman Savannah Briner. It's going to bring up Morgan Hubble. Morgan in game number 1 was 1 for 2 with an RBI, a walk, and a strikeout. Swings at that first pitch. Right over to the second baseman for out number 3. That's Allison Adams with the assist. We are scoreless heading to the top of the second inning.
UP Sports finds the athlete's purpose beyond athletics, the industry leader in sports performance for over 10 years in Northeast Indiana. You can find out more by clicking on the Services tab at the top of this page.
Everything that I do can have an impact on somebody else.
You can dream any dream and you can chase any dream, and you can have a chance to succeed at that dream.
We're here just a speck of time.
Given the opportunities to be selfless.
That's what God does with us.
Not forgetting how you got here and who helped you along the way.
What are you doing for others?
Those to whom much has been given, much is expected.
If you're an athlete or the parent of one, you want to check out Parkview Sports Medicine. We serve every level of athlete with our sports nutritionist, our expert physicians at ONE, and the area's only specialized athletic rehab. To learn more, go to parkviewsportsmedicine.com.
Welcome back, everyone, to Westendorf Field. Looking at the Crossroads League team highs, St. Francis with 3 triples in a game. That was versus Silver Lake College. St. Francis with 41 total bases versus Silver Lake College back on March the 12th. Those are Crossroads League highs. The game versus Marion back on April the 6th. 10 walks, that's a high in that game. Walks allowed, 10, St. Francis at Marion. And wild pitches, 5, St. Francis at Lourdes. So those are your conference highs. At the plate, that's Megan May. Pitch popped up to Ferrer for out number 1. Cassidy Ferrer with 2 putouts back in the top of the first inning, picking up right where she left off here in the top of the second. 1 out, your batter is number 21, Courtney Nepper. Nepper, the third baseman, played a heck of a third base there in game number 1 in the 2-1 loss for her squad. Pitch upstairs for ball 1. Little off-speed pitch there by Augsburger. Jordan Schneider starting at first base for the Cougs here in game number 2. She's the transfer from St. Joseph's College. Counts evened up at 1 apiece. St. Joseph's College closing their doors last year as they went bankrupt. 2-1 your count. I think they're $8 million in the hole, so if anybody wants to bail them out, has an extra $8 million, send it to Rensselaer, Indiana. Swing and a miss. 2-2 your count. Really good baseball program over at St. Joe. Football program, not so much. Another one fouled off the backstop. Camera's holding strong, as we've seen it jiggle a little bit in game number 1. Count remains at 2-2 to Courtney Nepper. That one's going to go out of play. Nepper, the freshman from Newark, Ohio, went to Lakewood High School. Entering today's doubleheader, she's second on the team with a .341 batting average. Maddie Johnston's number 1 with a .367. Of course, Maddie leading off the game for MVNU. That one stays in play right up against the fence. One of the hardest plays in baseball to make right there. Good attempt by the first baseman, Jordan Schneider. Schneider playing her high school ball at Bishop Dwenger High School here in Fort Wayne. strong program when Jordan was playing there. The 2-2 to Knepper. Knepper in the midst of a marathon AB. Her team making the trek from Mount Vernon, Ohio. About a 3.5-hour drive. Augsburger just misses on the inside corner. We got a full count with 1 out here in the top of the second. 0 hits so far in this game. Knepper. It's foul. Knepper was 1 for 4 in game number 1 at the plate. So still now full count. Caitlin Augsburger delivers. That one might stay in as Vivian Goodpaster. Nah, she knew that was out of play. Goodpaster normally catching for Brooke Heron. As you heard Coach Bolin in the postgame say he wanted to switch it up a little bit, put Abby Mosier back there. She did a great job. It's a Goodpaster catching here in game number 2. Vivian, just a freshman. Where's number 42, 5'8" from Knightstown, Indiana. That's another one out of play here in this long at-bat for Knepper. Knepper started this AB looking at a strike, then they had 2 straight balls. Then foul, 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 ball 3, and 2 more fouls. The 12th pitch of the AB is a swing and a miss for out number 2. It's the second strikeout of the game for Augsburger. That brings up number 9, Savannah Richards, the designated player. Savannah, a freshman catcher, caught game number 1. Down in this count, 0-1. A lot of freshmen with some big contributions here for MVNU. Off-speed pitch, swing and a miss. Beautiful looking pitch by Kaylin Augsburger. Caitlin stands 5'7", a righty. She also bats right. Swing and a miss. Back-to-back strikeouts for Caitlin Augsburger as we'll head to the bottom of the second, scoreless.
Sports Medicine continues to lead the way in Northeast Indiana with our new Parkview Ortho Express Clinic, offering direct access to physicians and Saturday morning clinics that are convenient for you. Parkview Sports Medicine, game on.
Welcome back, everyone. Leading it off is going to be Cassidy Ferrer here in the bottom of the second for your Lady Cougars. Taylor Tucker on deck, another freshman. Ferrer is going to lead off the bottom of the second with a single. Brings up Taylor Tucker. Ferrer in game number 1 was 0 for 3 with a strikeout. Taylor Tucker 0 for 3 in game number 1 as well. Kurlick in the circle. That first pitch fouled off against the backstop. 0-1 your count. Kurlick entering today with a 3.38 ERA. Bunts laid down. Good sacrifice as Ferrer is going to head to second base. 1 out. Brings up Jordan Schneider, first baseman. Jordan entering today with a .255 batting average, 14 hits, 10 runs scored, and 55 at-bats. 4 home runs on the season, 9 RBI. Her 4 home runs lead St. Francis. 3 walks, 14 strikeouts, 2 stolen bases, and 2 attempts for Jordan Schneider. Takes that pitch inside for strike number 1. 1-1 your count. Ferrer at second. She represents the go-ahead run. Kurlick, nice off-speed pitch down low. So Schneider down in this count now, 1-2. Good eye by Schneider. We're evened up at 2 apiece. Schneider's last home run came against Spring Arbor back on the 30th of March. Throw by the shortstop for out number 2 will advance Ferrer to third base. 2 outs with Cassidy Ferrer standing on third. Brings up Ashley Morrow. Ashley scored the game-winning run in game number 1, where she was 1 for 3 with a run scored. Playing a great right field as well. There was a play where Brianna Pryor was backpedaling. Ball pops out of her mitt, and Morrow was there to make the snag. It's a great-looking play. Another one low in the zone for strike 2. Down in this count quickly, 0-2. Ferrer just 60 feet away. That one, Morrow went with that one, ripped it out of bounds. Ball in the dirt. Good stop by the catcher. That's Elizabeth Ritchie. Ritchie and Kurlick making up the battery in game number 2 for Mount Vernon. 1-2 the count for Kurlick. Make it 2-2. Mount Vernon has now 0-7-1 in their last 8 games. As Morrow's going to take first. We have runners at the corners now with 2 outs after the hit by pitch for the catcher, Vivian Goodpaster. Vivian entering with a .207 batting average, 12 hits, 7 runs scored, and 58 ABs, 9 RBIs, 6 walks, 13 strikeouts. She's 2 for 2 in stolen base attempts. 0-1 your count. Vivian, the freshman catcher, rips that ball into right field. That will score Ferrer as Lady Cougars go up 1-0 over the Ohio Cougars. Vivian Goodpaster, RBI single. Nice piece of hitting as she went with that ball, drove it right into right field. There was no doubt about it. That's going to bring up to the plate Donjanae Chamberlain. Donjanae pinch ran in game number 1 and did a heck of a job before being tagged out at home plate. The tag barely touching her shoulder. 0-1's your count with 2 outs. Runners at first and second. Slap right up the gut. Morrow is going to be held up at third, so we got bases loaded for Brianna Pryor. Pryor, who had the game-winning single in game number 1. Cougars now with 2 hits in this game. Pryor popped out to left field in her first AB. First pitch, good-looking pitch for strike number 1. On deck, it's Lizzie Meyer, center fielder. That one popped up into shallow center. That's a can of corn for Maddie Johnston. But the Cougars do get one and lead it 1-0 heading to the top of the 3rd inning over the Ohio Cougars.
UP Sports finds the athlete's purpose beyond athletics, the industry leader in sports performance for over 10 years in Northeast Indiana. You can find out more by clicking on the Services tab at the top of this page.
Everything that I do can have an impact on somebody else.
You can dream any dream and you can chase any dream, and you can have a chance to succeed at that dream.
We're here just a speck of time.
Given the opportunities to be selfless.
That's what God does with us.
Not forgetting how you got here and who helped you along the way.
What are you doing for others?
Those to whom much has been given, much is expected.
If you're an athlete or the parent of one, you want to check out Parkview Sports Medicine. We serve every level of athlete with our sports nutritionist, our expert physicians at ONE, and the area's only specialized athletic rehab. To learn more, go to parkviewsportsmedicine.com.
Welcome back, everybody. St. Francis up 1-0 here in the top of the 3rd inning. MVNU going to bring to the plate Elizabeth Ritchie, the catcher. Entering the top of the 3rd, freshman pitcher Caitlin Augsburger with 3 strikeouts already throughout 2 innings. As that first pitch will miss outside for ball 1. Ritchie entering today with a 171 batting average, 6 hits, 2 runs scored, and 35 ABs, 4 RBIs, 6 walks, 9 strikeouts. For the catcher, 2-1, now your count. Ritchie wears number 23, popular number in the state of Ohio. She's a sophomore from Englewood, Ohio, Northmont High School. 3-1's the count. Of course, 23 is the same number as LeBron James, bringing a national championship, a world championship to the state of Ohio. Full count now to Ritchie. Ritchie did not play in game number 1. She fouls another one off. Pitch misses inside for ball 4. So 0 outs. The leadoff batter is on base. That's going to bring up Savannah Briner, the first baseman. Briner was 0 for 2 in game number 1. Takes that first pitch low for ball 1. Briner, a senior. Not too many seniors on this roster. Carpenter's a senior. Cobble's a senior. And Anna Bowie, a senior for MVNU. Natalie Carpenter in both games has been your flex player, playing left field for the Ohio Cougars from Mount Vernon, Ohio, close to Columbus. 1-1, 0 outs. Nice backhanded stop by Augsburger. Gets Briner out at first. Advancing to second is Ritchie. That'll bring up the leadoff batter, Maddie Johnston. Maddie 0 for 4 with a strikeout in game number 1. The lefty slap hitter. Maddie just a sophomore. Entering today with a team best 367 batting average. Ball in the dirt, gets past. Good past her. So advancing to third is Elizabeth Ritchie. The 1-1 slapped right at Tucker. Gonna have to go to first with it. And they just get her. Nice play by Taylor Tucker. Flashing the leather for a web gem. With 2 outs, that brings up Sam Collier. Sam with a walk in her first at-bat. Takes that first pitch outside for ball 1. 1-0 is your count with 2 outs and a runner at third. MVNU left 7 players stranded in game number 1. Another one inside. Augsburger entering today with 8 batters hit. That leads St. Francis. So full count now, 3 balls, 2 strikes. To number 3, Collier. Cassidy Ferrer with the basket catch. That's going to save a run as Lady Cougars still lead it 1-0 heading into the bottom of the 3rd inning.
Grandpa taught me years ago, do business with people you know and who know you. That's why I joined Fort Financial Credit Union. Their staff knows I'm busy at college. They set me up with a checking account, a debit card, and an auto loan. With the Fort's mobile app, I can check balances, transfer money, and make my car payment. My grandparents loved doing business with the Fort, and I do too. My future, my family, my Fort.
Welcome to the University of St. Francis, located in the heart of Fort Wayne, Indiana, where the Cougar basketball programs have won 2 national championships and finished runner-up twice since 2010. And the Cougar football program is fresh off a 2016 national championship. USF is a 3-time gold-level Champions of Character institution, one of only 12 NAIA schools to earn that distinction. The University of St. Francis provides you the opportunity to get a great education while competing for championship.
Welcome back, everyone, here in the bottom of the 3rd inning. Leading it off for St. Francis is Lizzie Meyer. Lizzie grounded out to first base in her first at-bat, down in this count 0-1. Meyer pops out for out number 1. going to bring up Morgan Hubble. Morgan 0 for 1 in this game. Takes that first pitch upstairs for ball 1. Hubble entering today with the team second best batting average at 381. Maddie Schwartz with the best batting average at 452. Schwartz breaking her hand in game number 1 against Bethel. That was back in March. Actually, that was at Goshen back in March on the 17th. 2-0's the count. Make it 2-1. Hubble. That ball's ripped. And a one-out single for Morgan Hubble. That'll bring up Cassidy Ferrer, who had a single and scored a run in her first AB back in the second. St. Francis looking for back-to-back wins. Won 3 in a row, lost 3 in a row. Now on a 1-game win streak. 0-1's your count. Make it 0-2 after the foul ball. Twice this year, St. Francis with a 3-game win streak. The first one came against Silver Lake College, Concordia University, CUAA, and Silver Lake. Nice ball ripped up the gut. Hubble easily in at second base. So 2 singles in this game for Cassidy Ferrer. That brings up the freshman third baseman, Taylor Tucker. Taylor grounded out to first base in her first at-bat. Now with 1 out, has runners at first and second. Down in this count, 0-1. Taylor entering today with a .293 batting average. As she swung a pretty hot bat there on the road trip. This ball's punched in the right field. Nice grab by the right fielder, Sam Collier. And that will keep the runners at first and second. For your batter, Jordan Schneider. Schneider, who leads the team with 4 home runs. Once again, her last home run coming at Spring Arbor. As that one's hit into center field. Can of corn for Meta Johnston. We head to the top of the 4th. St. Francis up 1-0 over the Ohio Cougars.
Athlete or the parent of one, you want to check out Parkview Sports Medicine. We serve every level of athlete with our sports nutritionist, our expert physicians at ONE, and the area's only specialized athletic rehab. To learn more, go to parkviewsportsmedicine.com and click on the Services tab. AWP Sports finds the athlete's purpose beyond athletics. The industry leader in sports performance for over 10 years in Northeast Indiana. You can find out more by clicking on the Services tab at the top of this page.
Welcome to the University of St. Francis, located in the heart of Fort Wayne, Indiana, where the Cougar basketball programs have won 2 national championships and finished runner-up twice since 2010. And the Cougar football program is fresh off a 2016 national championship. USF is a 3-time gold-level Champions of Character institution, one of only 12 NAIA schools to earn that distinction. The University of St. Francis provides you the opportunity to get a great education while competing for champions.
Welcome back, everyone. St. Francis leads it 1-0 over Mount Vernon As here in the top of the 4th inning. Leading it off is number 4, the pitcher, Jennifer Kurlick. We're evened up at 1 ball and 1 strike to Kurlick. 2-1 your count. Up next for Mount Vernon, they will host Huntington University before traveling to Indiana Wesleyan, Spring Arbor, Grace, and Taylor. Then they'll host Taylor at home to round off the regular season. 3-1 now your count. For St. Francis, hosting Taylor at Huntington, hosting Spring Arbor, Huntington, Bethel, and Goshen. Sounds like a lot of wins for me. Leadoff batter is aboard. That's Kurlick who draws the walk. I'll bring up Allison Adams. So St. Francis currently in 7th place. Entering today, Spring Arbor with 26 conference games under their belt. St. Francis just 20. So the Cougars with a great opportunity here to gain some ground here in the Crossroads League standings. 1-0 your count to number 12. Allison Adams lays down the bunt. Augsburg goes to first with it. So the sacrifice will advance Kurlick to second base. That'll bring up Megan May. May with 1 out in her first at-bat flew out to the shortstop, Cassidy Ferrer. May, just a sophomore from Dover, Ohio. (1-0) with 1 out. That ball ripped right at Tucker. She was looking to double up Kurlick at second. Good heads-up play by the freshman third baseman. 2 outs for Courtney Nepper. Nepper herself a third baseman for MVNU. Very, very good third baseman. Ball in the dirt. Nice stop by Goodpaster. 1-0 is the count. Pitch misses just inside. 2-0 with 2 outs here in the top of the 4th. Cougs looking for back-to-back wins. It was a tough one yesterday for St. Francis in Marion, Indiana, taking on the number 11 ranked Indiana Wesleyan Lady Wildcats. Cougs dropping it 10-0 and 11-3. 5 innings and 6 innings. 3-1 your count. To Nepper. Beautiful pitch. We're full with 2 outs. Runner in scoring position. That's Kurlick on second. She's pitching here in game number 2, trying to help her own cause. That ball's ripped down the left field. And that's going to go all the way to the fence. That's a fair ball. That's an RBI double for Courtney Nepper. We're tied at 1. For Mount Vernon As, that's their first hit of the game. St. Francis currently with 5 hits. That'll bring to the plate Savannah Richards, your designated player. First pitch is a strike. Augsburger. This is outside. Richards struck out in her first at-bat. Back in the second. That was the last strikeout in this game for Augsburger. Augsburger looking for strikeout number 4. Just misses low and inside. We're evened up at 2-2. Busy day on campus tomorrow. Lady Cougars with a doubleheader here at Westendorf Field. You'll want to make sure to get out here to watch that action against Taylor. Taylor University currently in 4th place in the Crossroads League, 18-10 overall record. 12-8 in conference play, entering today with a 2-game win streak. We're a full count to Richards. Indiana Wesleyan's at Huntington today. Bethel is at Grace. Lazy fly ball, and that's going to be caught by Tucker for out number 3. Mount Vernon Naz gets one back. We're tied at 1, heading to the bottom of the 4th inning here at Westendorf Field.
Grandpa taught me years ago, do business with people you know and who know you. That's why I joined Fort Financial Credit Union. Their staff knows I'm busy at college. They set me up with a checking account, a debit card, and an auto loan. With the Fort's mobile app, I can check balances, transfer money, and make my car payment. My grandparents loved doing business with the Fort, and I do too. My future, my family, my Fort.
Welcome to the University of St. Francis, located in the heart of Fort Wayne, Indiana, where the Cougar basketball programs have won 2 national championships and finished runner-up twice since 2010. And the Cougar football program is fresh off a 2016 national championship. USF is a 3-time gold-level Champions of Character institution, one of only 12 NAIA schools to earn that distinction. The University of St. Francis provides you the opportunity to get a great education while competing for championship.
Here in the bottom of the 4th inning, leading off for St. Francis will be Ashley Morrow. She reached base back in the 2nd inning after she was hit by a pitch. Lady Cougars did leave 3 stranded in that inning, but did score Cassidy Ferrer. So that first pitch is a strike to Morrow. Looking at Kurlick, 42 pitches under her belt, 32 strikes, just 10 balls. She has 12 first pitch strikes to 16 batters. 1-1's your count. On deck, it's Vivian Goodpaster. She had the RBI single that scored Cassidy Ferrer. So Morrow pops out to the second baseman, Adams. With 1 out, your batter is the catcher, number 42, Vivian Goodpaster. First pitch off the handle, and a nice catch by Savannah Briner for out number 2. Tough play there for the first baseman. She makes the over-the-shoulder catch. That'll bring up Donjanae Chamberlain. Donjanae with a single in her first at-bat. Oh, 1 your count. Donjanae slaps it over to Adams for out number 3. 3 up, 3 down for the Lady Cougars. There in the bottom of the 4th, we head to the top of the 5th, tied at 1. Here on the campus of the University of St. Francis.
UP Sports finds the athlete's purpose beyond athletics. The industry leader in sports performance for over 10 years in Northeast Indiana. You can find out more by clicking on the Services tab at the top of this page.
Everything that I do can have an impact on somebody else.
You can dream any dream and you can chase any dream, and you can have a chance to succeed at that dream.
We're here just a speck of time.
Given the opportunities to be selfless.
That's what God does with us.
Not forgetting how you got here and who helped you along the way.
What are you doing for others?
Those to whom much has been given, much is expected.
If you're an athlete or the parent of one, you want to check out Parkview Sports Medicine. We serve every level of athlete with our sports nutritionist, our expert physicians at ONE, and the area's only specialized athletic rehab. To learn more, go to parkviewsportsmedicine.com.
Leading off for Mount Vernon Naz will be the catcher, number 23, Elizabeth Ritchie. She drew a walk in her first at-bat, back in the third when she led off that inning, leading it off here in the fifth for the Ohio Cougars. MVNU getting their run in the top of the fourth inning. It was an RBI double by Courtney Nepper that scored Jen Kurlick, the pitcher. 0-1 your count to Richie. It's like Richie was hit by the pitch there. The ball in the dirt. No. She tried to fool us. 1-1's a count. Good attempt. Augsburger, the 1-1. Beautiful 1-2. We're evened up at 2 apiece. Augsburger's 4.01 ERA entering today is best for St. Francis. Counts evened up. We got a full count now. Another one off the backstop. Augsburger had 11 strikeouts in her game against Silver Lake College back on March the 12th. She had 7 strikeouts at Taylor back on March the 26th. Those are her 2 highs on the season. Pryor underneath it for out number 1. 1 up, 1 down brings up Savannah Briner, first baseman. Briner grounded out to Jordan Schneider in her first AB. That one off the handle, went to right field. Morrow underneath it for out number 2. Good job by Ashley Morrow there. The ball tailing a little bit on her. She was able to regroup for the catch. 2 outs for Maddie Johnston. Maddie, the leadoff hitter, is 0 for 2 in this game. Tucker comes up firing. That was a bang-bang play there for out number 3. We head to the bottom of the 5th, tied at 1 here at Westendorf Field.
Sports Medicine continues to lead the way in Northeast Indiana with our new Parkview Ortho Express Clinic, offering direct access to physicians and Saturday morning clinics that are convenient for you. Parkview Sports Medicine, game on.
Welcome back, everyone. It's still 58 and sunny here in Fort Wayne, Indiana. Tied at 1 run apiece. And leading it off for St. Francis in the bottom of the 5th is leadoff batter Brianna Pryor. Pryor, who was first team All-Crossroads League a year ago. The only Lady Cougar to be named so. Up in this count, 1-0. Pryor's going to check that one outside. 2-0's the count. Bree's 0 for 2 in this game. Popped out to left field and popped out to center field in the first and second inning, respectfully. Takes that one for a strike. The 2-1 to Pryor. Beautiful shot up the gut. She hit that ball in the outside corner. Leadoff batter is aboard. That's Brandon Pryor. It's going to bring up Lizzie Meyer. Pryor, the junior, Meyer, the junior, came in together. Pryor starting at second base her freshman year. Meyer in center field. First pitch is a ball. Hit and runs on. Adams had no play on Pryor. Gets Meyer out at first on the 4-3. So good piece of hitting by Lizzie Meyer, advancing Pryor to second. That's going to bring up Morgan Hubble. Morgan 1 for 2, had a single back in the third. First pitch is a strike to Hubble. The 0-1 from Kurlick is in the dirt. Good stop by the catcher, but still Pryor, overran the bag as her hand just slid off. So that'll be her first caught stealing of the season. She was 23 of 23 before that play. 2 outs. The 1-1. 2-1 now to Morgan Hubble. Entering today, Hubble with 7 walks to 10 strikeouts. Not a bad ratio. Draws the walk. So 2 outs. Hubble at first base for Cassidy Ferrer. Cassidy, with back-to-back singles in the second and the third inning, scored a run in the second. Hits that one off the handle. That could be trouble in the right center field gap. Goes right off the right fielder's glove. Hubble coming home, and she is tagged out for out number 3. We'll head to the top of the 6th inning, tied at 1.
UP Sports finds the athlete's purpose beyond athletics, the industry leader in sports performance for over 10 years in Northeast Indiana. You can find out more by clicking on the Services tab at the top of this page.
Everything that I do can have an impact on somebody else.
You can dream any dream and you can chase any dream and you can have a chance to succeed at that dream.
We're here just a speck of time.
Given the opportunities to be selfless.
That's what God does with us.
Not forgetting how you got here and who helped you along the way.
What are you doing for others?
Those to whom much has been given, much is expected.
If you're an athlete or the parent of one, you want to check out Parkview Sports Medicine. We serve every level of athlete with our sports nutritionist, our expert physicians at ONE, and the area's only specialized athletic rehab. To learn more, go to parkviewsportsmedicine.com.
Low-scoring games here at Westendorf Field today. 2-1. St. Francis taking game number 1. We're tied at 1 here in the top of the 6th inning. Bunt attempt is fouled off. 0-1's your count. To number 3, Sam Collier. Collier, the hit by Ferrer into right field, went right off the top of her mitt. The center fielder picked it up, gunned it home. As that pop fly goes to Ashley Morrow for out number 1. Hit right at Ashley. That'll bring up number 4, Jen Kurlick. Kurlick, the lefty, pitching in today's game. Jen's 0 for 1. She walked and scored a run back in the 4th, popped out to the shortstop Ferrer back in the 1st. Down in this count, 0-1. That one popped straight up. Tucker underneath it for out number 2. 2 up, 2 down for Allison Adams, second baseman. 0 for 1 in this game. Popped out to the shortstop Frere in the 1st and had a sacrifice back in the 4th. Her sacrifice helped to get Kurlick in scoring position. Kurlick scoring the only run in this game for MVNU. That ball's drilled underneath it, and making the grab was Donjane Chamberlain for out number 3. We head to the bottom of the 6th, tied at 1 here at Westendorf Field.
Athlete or the parent of one, you want to check out Parkview Sports Medicine. We serve every level of athlete with our sports nutritionist, our expert physicians at O&E, and the area's only specialized athletic rehab. To learn more, go to parkviewsportsmedicine.com and click on the Services tab. AWP Sports finds the athlete's purpose beyond athletics. The industry leader in sports performance for over 10 years in Northeast Indiana. You can find out more by clicking on the Services tab at the top of this page.
Welcome to the University of St. Francis, located in the heart of Fort Wayne, Indiana, where the Cougar basketball programs have won 2 national championships and finished runner-up twice since 2010. And the Cougar football program is fresh off a 2016 national championship. USF is a 3-time gold-level Champions of Character institution, one of only 12 NAIA schools to earn that distinction. The University of St. Francis provides you the opportunity to get a great education while competing for champions.
Welcome back, everybody. Leading off for St. Francis will be the freshman, Taylor Tucker. Third baseman takes that first pitch for a strike. Tuck 0 for 2 in this game. Second inning, grounded out to the first baseman, and then in the third inning, grounded out, or flew out to right field. Down in this count, 0-2. One, 2's your count. Good block there by the catcher, Richie. Sophomore catcher. That one just out of play. Beyond the Mount Vernon Naz dugout. It's on the right side of your screen. Not in view. It's Kurlick in the circle. She's gone the whole way for MVNU. Misses on the outside. 2-2 now your count. Two to Tuck. Fouls it off the backstop. Two count to Taylor Tucker. It's going to miss down low. Full count. St. Francis with 6 hits in this game, 1 run. Mount Vernon Naz with 1 hit, 1 error, 1 run. Tucker, that's foul. St. Francis in this game, 6 players left on base so far. Mount Vernon Naz with 3 left on base, so kind of the opposite of game number 1, where Mount Vernon Naz had left 7 on base. That's a nice piece of hitting by Taylor Tucker. Who's going to lead it off with the single here in the bottom of the 6th. So with a runner at first, that brings up Jordan Schneider. Schneider 0 for 2 in this game, popped out to center field in her last AB. Jordan starting first baseman here in game number 2. Lays down the bunt. Kurlick goes to first with it. That'll advance Tucker to second base. So sacrifice bunt by Schneider. So we go 1-4 with it. Tucker now at second base for Ashley Morrow, the right fielder. First pitch misses low and outside to Morrow. Ashley 0 for 1. Popped out to Adams, the second baseman, back in the fourth inning. Was hit by a pitch in the second. Counts evened up at 1 apiece with Taylor Tucker at second base. That ball ripped right at Adams. She's able to stick with it for out number 2. Good piece of fielding as that ball ate her up just a little bit, but she was able to regroup. It's a good play by the second baseman. That brings up number 42, Vivian Goodpaster. Vivian with the RBI single back in the second, popped out to the first baseman back in the fourth. That was a good play there by Briner. Tucker now at third base. Good job laying off that pitch high and outside. 1-1 your count. The 1-1. Just misses inside to Goodpaster. 2-1 your count. Final inning of regulation coming up next. 3-1 is the count. It's the first time all year we haven't needed the heater in the press box. That's a good thing. Vivian is picked up by Short for out number 3. We head to the top of the 7th. We are tied at 1 here at Westendorf Field.
Grandpa taught me years ago, do business with people you know and who know you. That's why I joined Fort Financial Credit Union. Their staff knows I'm busy at college. They set me up with a checking account, a debit card, and an auto loan. With the Fort's mobile app, I can check balances, transfer money, and make my car payment. My grandparents loved doing business with the Fort, and I do too. My future, my family, my Fort.
Welcome to the University of St. Francis, located in the heart of Fort Wayne, Indiana, where the Cougar basketball programs have won 2 national championships and finished runner-up twice since 2010. And the Cougar football program is fresh off a 2016 national championship. USF is a 3-time gold-level Champions of Character institution, one of only 12 NAIA schools to earn that distinction. The University of St. Francis provides you the opportunity to get a great education while competing for championships.
Welcome back, everybody. We are in the top of the 7th inning, tied at 1. MVNU going to bring to the plate Megan May, Courtney Nepper, Savannah Richards. May she's 0 for 2 at the plate. Popped out to the shortstop and popped out to the third baseman in her first 2 at-bats. Megan entering today with a .307 batting average, which is 4th best for the Ohio Cougars. Up in this count, 1-0. Augsburger, great day of pitching following the performance by Brooke Heron. Augsburger with 99 pitches under her belt, 57 strikes and 42 balls. 2-0's the count. Augsburger's faced 22 batters with 12 first pitch strikes, as Goodpaster is going to go out there. Calm her down a little bit as she's down in this AB 3-0. The freshman battery. We got a freshman at third and a freshman at short, junior at second, senior at first. 3-1 your count. So 4 out of 6 players in the infield are freshmen for St. Francis. Fouled away. Full count now to Megan May. Crucial for MVNU to get a run here, as St. Francis will bring up Donjanae Chamberlain, then Brianna Pryor and Lizzie Meyer. That's an FO5 to Taylor Tucker with 1 out. That'll bring up Courtney Nepper, third baseman. Nepper with an RBI double back in the 4th. Clutch hitting by number 21. She's 1 for 2 in this game. She did strike out back in the 2nd. Good pitch by Augsburger up in this count. 0-1. Ball fouled off. 0-2 is the count. Nepper entering today with second best batting average on the team, hitting .341. Her 13 RBI, second best on the team. Give her 14 now. Good looking pitch there, just misses inside. 1-2 is your count. Augsburger goes upstairs with it. 2-2. The 2-2 is that ball once again ripped foul. Local media hidden out of your view. As you can see the sun starting to set behind the third base dugout, the home dugout for your Cougars. Ball in the dirt. We got a full count now, 3-2. Full count with 1 out here in the top of the 7th. Ball popped up, Meyer camping underneath it for out number 2. 2 up, 2 down for Savannah Richards, the designated player. Savannah 0 for 2 with a strikeout and a pop out to the third baseman, Tucker. MVNU in this game just 1 hit and 1 error. St. Francis with 7 hits. Swing and a miss, 0-1 your count to Richards, who caught in game number 1. Takes that pitch for a ball. She's rocking the Stars and Stripes batting gloves. Pretty cool. 2-1 now your count. Last pitch missed high and outside. Augsburger now with 115 pitches. Paints it for strike number 2. Full count. Big pitch here for Augsburger. This is low and inside. So with 2 outs, Richards will draw the walk. That'll bring to the plate Elizabeth Ritchie, the catcher, but we got a courtesy runner coming in. That runner is going to be number 8, Tyler Bivens, sophomore from Marion, Ohio, went to Marion Harding High School. Two outs.
15 for 23.
So pinch hitting will be number 15, Emily Cobble, senior. Cobble entering today with 0 hits and 8 at-bats, 1 run scored, 1 RBI, 2 walks, 1 strikeout for the senior, Cobble. Checks that first pitch low and outside for ball 1. Cobble's a transfer from Defiance College. She's originally from Marion, Ohio. So Marion, Ohio making its presence here in the top of the 7th with Bivens and Cobble. Bivens at first. Beautiful. It's good past her, painted the corner there for the umpire. 2-1 your count. 2-1 with 2 outs. Top of the 7th. That pitch will miss upstairs. Augsburger now with 118 pitches, 66 strikes and 52 balls. That nice backhanded grab by Brianna Pryor for out number 3. We head to the bottom of the 7th. We are tied at 1. Cougars with a chance to sweep it here against MVNU.
UP Sports finds the athlete's purpose beyond athletics, the industry leader in sports performance for over 10 years in Northeast Indiana. You can find out more by clicking on the Services tab at the top of this page.
Everything that I do can have an impact on somebody else.
You can dream any dream and you can chase any dream and you can have a chance to succeed at that dream.
We're here just a speck of time.
Given the opportunities to be selfless.
That's what God does with us.
Not forgetting how you got here and who helped you along the way.
What are you doing for others?
Those to whom much has been given, much is expected.
If you're an athlete or the parent of one, you want to check out Parkview Sports Medicine. We serve every level of athlete with our sports nutritionist, our expert physicians at ONE, and the area's only specialized athletic rehab. To learn more, go to parkviewsportsmedicine.com.
Welcome back, everyone. Here in the bottom of the 7th, we're leading it off with Don Janae Chamberlain. Don Janae was a leadoff batter for a lot of last season. Here out of the 9 hole, but leading it off in the bottom of the 7th when the Lady Cougars need her most. 0-1 your count. 1-1. Don Janae's 1 for 2 in this game, had a single back in the 2nd. Second inning where the Cougars got their only run of the game. Slapped it. Kurlick just gets her for out number 1. That'll bring up the leadoff hitter, Brianna Pryor. Pryor had a single in her last at-bat. She's 1 for 3 in this game. That single came back in the 5th inning. Takes that first pitch for a strike, does Pryor. Lizzie Meyer on deck. Ball hit into right field, and that will fall for a single. That'll bring up Lizzie Meyer, the runner at first base. Lizzie's due. She's 0 for 3 in this game. Entering today, Lizzie Meyer with a .356 batting average. She'll take that first pitch for a strike. Meyer from Pittsboro, Indiana, went to Tri-West High School. Cougar football team getting a good player from Tri-West, Casey Cole. As they were coming off a state championship in football, 0-2's your count. Casey Cole and Noah Hill, both from Tri-West. Lazy fly ball into right center, and that's going to be trouble as we have runners at first and second after back-to-back hits with one out. Morgan Hubble coming to the dish. Morgan 1 for 2. Had a single back in the third and walked back in the fifth. Morgan Hubble, Taylor Tucker, two of the Lady Cougs who are most hot at the dish. Down in this count 0-1. On deck it's Ferrer. Hubble entering today with a .381 batting average. A little late on that pitch, down 0-2. The 0-2. Hubble fouls it off. Good eye by Hubble. That pitch is going to miss upstairs. 1-2's your count. Just one out with runners at first and second. Ball off the handle. Briner's got it for out number 2. So with 2 outs, your batter is Cassidy Ferrer. Ferrer is a perfect 3 for 3 in this game with 3 singles. 1-0's the count. See if Kurlick's going to give her something to hit. Up in the bullpen is Sarah Bowie for MVNU. Thoughts and prayers go out to the Bowie family as they're dealing with some hard times right now. 3-0's the count. As Kurlick is going to pitch around Ferrer with Tucker on deck. Taylor's 1 for 3 in this game. Her last at-bat was a single. Bases are loaded. Got a timeout called here by head coach Gina Howell, who's in her 29th season at Mount Vernon As. We'll take a break and be right back with you. Bases are loaded with 2 outs.
Grandpa taught me years ago, do business with people you know and who know you. That's why I joined Fort Financial Credit Union. Their staff knows I'm busy at college. They set me up with a checking account, a debit card, and an auto loan. With the Fort's mobile app, I can check balances, transfer money, and make my car payment. My grandparents loved doing business with the Fort, and I do too. My future, my family, my Fort.
Welcome back, everyone. Bases are loaded with 2 outs. We're in the bottom of the 7th inning, tied at 1. It's Taylor Tucker at the dish. Still in the circle is Jennifer Kurlick. She's gone the whole way today. First pitch is a swing and a miss to Tucker. Sarah Bowie up in the bullpen for MVNU. Bowie with a 1.72 ERA ranks her number 46 in the country. Kurlick with a 3.38 ERA entering today. She's pitched beautifully. 1-1's your count. Tucker the 1-1. That pitch is going to miss outside. Good eye at the plate. 2-1. Now to Taylor Tucker. Taylor entering today with a .293 batting average. Rips this ball into center field. That's a game winner as Brianna Pryor comes home to score on the RBI single by Taylor Tucker. The Cougars sweep MVNU today here at Westendorf Field. Great game on display. Caitlin Augsburger getting the win. She had 122 pitches under her belt. St. Francis, this is huge, sweeping MVNU. Lady Cougars now 17-18 overall, 10-12 in Crossroads League play. They are definitely on the verge of jumping up into 5th place here in the next upcoming days. Mount Vernon Nass falls to 18-13-1 overall, 10-9-1 in Crossroads League play. Looking at the box score, Brianna Pryor 2 for 4 in this game. Lizzie Meyer 1 for 4. Morgan Hubble 1 for 2. Cassidy Ferrer 2 for 3. Taylor Tucker 1 for 2 with the, well, it hasn't updated yet, but it'd be 2 for 3 now with the game-winning RBI that scored Brianna Pryor. Schneider 0 for 2. Ashley Morrow 0 for 2. Vivian Goodpaster 1 for 3. And Donjanae Chamberlain 1 for 3. Caitlin Augsburger, 7 innings pitched, 122 pitches, 1 hit, 1 run, 1 earned run, 3 strikeouts, and 4 walks. As the Lady Cougars once again get the sweep, 2-1 over MVNU. Folks, that's going to do it here in the booth. But what a great way to end it here. Lady Cougars sweeping MVNU 2-1 in game 1 and game number 2. Thanks so much for joining us. Remember, there's a doubleheader tomorrow, St. Francis versus Taylor. We will not have live video, so please come out to Westendorf Field to support the Lady Cougars. Thanks again for joining us.